Analysis of Research Design. Carmen Johnson, Curriculum and Instruction, 8325. Overview of research articles. These research articles chosen address the ranking of the U.S. students' mathematics achievement on the Third International Mathematics and Science Study, TIMSS. Also, the book written by Limping Ma, Knowing and Teaching Elementary Mathematics, Teachers' Understanding of Fundamental Mathematics in China and the United States, written in 1999. Correlation of college mathematics trainings, as measured by courses taken, was used as a proxy for a teacher's mathematics knowledge. The correlation of this with student achievement was found to be slightly negative. Results of Ball-Hill-Bass research in 2005 indicates that the mathematical knowledge of teachers does play a vital role in mathematics learning. However, it is different from what most university courses provide in teacher preparation. Teachers need the knowledge of mathematics that will impart clear understanding of mathematics concepts to children. The articles represent a longitudinal case study over 8 years of a college methods instructor, a case study of a university collaboration with a charter school, and a comparative study of teachers in the U.S. compared to teachers. Purpose of the research. In the article, Understanding and Learning, to explain by representing mathematics, epistemological dilemmas facing teachers, educators, in the secondary mathematics methods course. This article's purpose is also addressing Limping Ma's study on knowing and teaching elementary mathematics. It suggests that Chinese teachers have a much better grasp of the mathematics they teach than American teachers. The purpose of Kinnock's study was to research and provide an equivalent study at the secondary level, offering an understanding of the conceptual knowledge of school mathematics knowledge held by prospective secondary math teachers. Kinnock developed a cognitive strategy to transform prospective teachers' procedural explanation across domains of representations for any mathematics topics. She also examined the epistemological obstacles and mathematics understanding that study participants interactively discovered and created while debating the characteristics of instructional explanations for the reform of mathematics teaching. In the article, The Pedagogical Content Knowledge of Middle School Mathematics Teachers in China and the United States, the purpose of all studies addressed the ranking of the U.S. in the third International Mathematics and Science Study. This article purpose was to address U.S. 8th grade and 12th grade students' scores, which were slightly above the international average in mathematics compared with students in 37 participating nations. The U.S. need to compete globally and to achieve a top rank internationally. Limping Ma's study calls for teachers to have profound understanding of fundamental mathematics and learning as knowing versus learning as understanding. The purpose of the research behind When Learning is at Stake, exploration of the role of the teacher trainer and professional development schools on elementary schools' math achievement. The article is a study of the collaborative professional development schools project between a university and a charter school, aiming on increasing elementary school children's student achievement while providing teacher candidates meaningful opportunities and teaching experiences. The university had a goal to provide authentic teaching experiences for its teachers, and these teachers have taken their formal math methods course and were supervised by their practicum placement at Children's Charter. The purpose of the study was to determine if the collaboration of conceptual trained teachers on the student achievement of the charter, on the student achievement at the charter school. Research design. Understanding and Learning to Explain by Representing Mathematics was an 8-year longitudinal study of secondary teachers' candidates' conception of instructional explanations. Participants included 15 undergraduate, 6 graduate students, and the instructor. 19 of the students' backgrounds were in mathematics. One was an engineer and the other a history major. It was a 5-hour-long video recording, which was conducted on integer subtraction and was transcribed and analyzed using the constant comparative method of Glasser and Strauss, and a modification of Sierpinski's methodology using 4 analytical guides: identify previously unnoticed concepts, discriminate among previous conflated concept ideas, whereas 2 or more ideas were combined as one, generalize from examples to theoretical perspectives, and synthesize the relationships. In the comparative study between the teachers in China and the U.S., it was a comparative study examining the teachers' profound pedagogical content knowledge at the middle school level in the area of fraction, ratios, and proportions. Data was collected by an author-constructed mathematics teacher questionnaire, along with interviews and observations. Subjects included 28 mathematics teachers, 5th to 8th grade levels, from 12 schools, 4 schools from large urban school districts in Texas, 33 mathematics teachers, 5th and 6th grade teacher grade levels, and 4 large school districts in a large city in Jiangsu province in eastern China. Note that the Chinese 5th and 6th grade content is parallel to the Texas 5th to 8th grade math content. The criteria for teacher selection, they had to be currently teaching 5th to 8th grade students, and was characteristics typical of that nation. In the study, Exploration of the Role of the Teacher Trainer in Professional Development Schools, this is a case study evaluating the work of a charter school and a university, placing teacher candidates trained in conceptual-based mathematics instructions and their impact on student achievement in a high-needs urban charter school campus. The case study administered the key math diagnostic tests used to assess K through 12 students' mathematical concept and skills at the beginning and the end of each year over a 2-year cycle of the research study. Participants in this program were students in grades 5 through 8 who attended the Children's Charter School. There were 244 students from different ethnic backgrounds, 43% were economically disadvantaged, 34% African American, 34% Caucasian, and 27% was Hispanic. 12% of the students were limited English proficient. The teacher educator candidates were assigned as math tutors over a 14-week long student teaching cycle. The research question for understanding and learning to explain by representing mathematics, epistemological dilemmas facing teacher educators in the secondary mathematics methods course. The research question addresses epistemological dilemmas for teacher educators as they enable prospective teachers to move towards teaching for understanding. Delineate the parameters of epistemological knowledge needed for secondary mathematics teachers. The research question was posed: what counts as good explanation in mathematics teaching? And what relationship is held between mathematical understanding of the prospective teacher and their conceptions of instructional explanations? In the comparative study, the pedagogical content knowledge of middle school mathematics teachers in China and the U.S., the research question posed is: the current study focuses on middle school mathematics level, and it addresses mathematics teacher pedagogical content knowledge within a cultural context, and explores how this knowledge is used by teachers to understand and develop student mathematical thinking. And they wanted to know what are the differences in the teacher's profound pedagogical content knowledge between the middle school mathematics teachers in China and the United States. In the case study, when learning is at stake, exploration of the role of the teacher, trainer, and professional development schools on elementary schools' math achievement. The research question posed is: what is the pattern between the baseline math achievement scores of low achieving children from different subgroups and post-test measures spanning the first and second years of the professional development school university and school relationship? And how did the instructional and assessment components of the math tutoring program contribute to an increase in student achievement? Data sources and methodology. In understanding and learning to explain, Dr. Kinnock conducted a longitudinal study of her secondary college methods course students from 1993 to the year 2000. Prospective students debated different explanations for integer addition and subtraction using a number line and algebra tiles. The data was derived from a trial teaching experiment in secondary mathematics methods course in the academic year of 1993 to 1994. This course was recorded and analyzed in one teaching trial using 5 hours of video recordings from secondary mathematics methods course, and the students' instructional explanations was transcribed and then analyzed. In the comparative study between the U.S. and Chinese teachers, the data was collected with an author-constructed mathematics teaching questionnaire. The questionnaires were prepared in English and then translated to Chinese. The questionnaire consisted of 4 problems that were designed to examine teachers' knowledge of the pedagogical content on fractions, ratios, and proportions. The questions focused on the teacher's knowledge of students' cognition and strategies on how to build on students' mathematics ideas, identify and correct misconceptions, and engage students in learning from the misconceptions. The interviews were conducted using a set of interview questions, examining teachers' beliefs about the goals of mathematics education, as well as investigate teachers' approaches in the classroom. And the data source for exploration of the role of teacher trainers, professional development schools, a key math diagnostic arithmetic test revised was used. It's a norm reference and domain reference diagnostic test, and it was administered to the Title I students. The assessment produced norm scores in 14 areas of mathematics, and the study was analyzed, and the total scores from this test data source. The following research results from the Understanding and Learning to Explain by Representing Mathematics Epistemological Dilemmas Facing Teacher Educators are as follows. Creating instructional explanation is not a simple task for teacher candidates. Graduating teacher candidates who lack adequate subject matter preparation will develop deeper knowledge as a result of having to explain it to others. Studies suggest that while secondary teachers may know their mathematics well, enough to do it and to debate the adequacy of different representations, secondary teachers need enhancement in their relational understanding of secondary school mathematics. There's a need to reconceptualize the content, purposes, and organization to the methods courses at the college level to enable the prospective teachers to teach for understanding. In the pedagogical content knowledge of middle school mathematics teachers in China and the U.S., they could draw the following conclusions. Responses of the U.S. and Chinese teachers to the mathematics teaching questionnaire. 46% of the responses of the U.S. teachers to Problem 1A indicated that the student forgot the prerequisite knowledge of finding common denominators, while 55% of the responses of the Chinese teachers had an opposite view, namely that the student did not understand the prerequisite knowledge. Hence, procedural explanation of U.S. teachers and conceptual expectations of Chinese teachers. Chinese teachers connected prior knowledge of whole number addition to fraction addition, noting that only like units can be added. This means that no matter what numbers they are, such as whole numbers, decimals, and fractions, as long as the numbers have the same units. In the last study, the case study, the first year revealed strong mentor-teacher and teacher-candidate relationships to achievement in one classroom. The key math test from the spring of year 1 and the spring of year 2, reviewed by subtests, and overall showed an increase in means of standard scores from one year to the next. The largest change in means was seen with the English language learner subgroup, where performance increased from a mean of 81 and 8900s to 92. The IEP group showed a change, the least growth, from 90 and 1100s to 92 and 2000s. The overall Title I group, including the L and IEP group, showed a change from 86 and 8900s to 92 and 9200s and 92 and 2000s increase. The data appeared to show that children gained in math scores more than expected.